I can already feel my hair forming into sympathetic spikes. That must mean it's DVDuesday! Of course it wouldn't be DVDuesday without Chris Gore. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
I heart your...
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got a heart on it. It's one of my t-shirts that has a heart.
Well, isn't that sweet? Yeah. That is very sweet, Chris.
Well, thanks. Thanks for noticing.
Yeah. Well, you can't really help it. The V word.
Can I say? What can I say? I got plans tonight.
It's the other V word on.
I got plans tonight. So,
awesome. Yeah. So kudos.
But let's talk about DVDs.
Let's talk about DVDs, starting with Saw 2.
Saw 2, of course, the sequel to Saw.
Which was wildly popular.
Wildly popular. This one ups the ante. I mean, the traps that Jigsaw has in this thing are just grotesque. I don't know if you got to see this thing. I mean, one of those things, there's one sequence where a woman actually has to go into a pit filled with needles to find the one needle that has the antidote. They've all been taken to this one place. They've all been injected with this poison. They have to get the antidote at a certain amount of time. So they're all dying, so there's a time limit. The traps in this are so disgusting and horrifying. I mean, I had to look away a couple times. It was creepy. Yeah. And the behind the scenes, lots of behind the scenes on this disc. Great commentary with the director, Danny Bousman, who I think was on the show at one time. And he does it with the actors, including Danny Wahlberg. Hilarious commentary. The actors having a lot of fun.
Which you need.
Yeah.
So the movie doesn't get overrun with like, that's not right.
And he even talks a little bit about Saw 3 and what traps might be in that and some creepy stuff, some ideas they had that they didn't use.
So it sounds like, kind of creepy crawly movie, some good
It's a lot of fun, but it's a single disc, not as special edition as I would like. It's a definite high recommend for a rent.
Okay.
But
so
not a buy.
It's a good solid rent.
Solid rent.
Saw 2, we're renting it tonight.
That's right.
Moving on now to Mirror Mask.
Now, of course, Mirror Mask is by Neil Gaiman and his partner Dave McKean, who does the visuals, Neil's the words. And Mirror Mask is hard to describe. It's one of those movies. It's kind of like it's the never-ending story for chicks. The main character is this woman, Helena.
The Never-Ending Story was a real dude flick.
That was a real dude flick, more of a boys movie. But this movie is just so bizarre. It combines it's the story of Helena, whose mother's in the hospital, and she's having some trouble breaking away from her parents as she's getting older. She ends up in this fantasy world filled with the most bizarre cast of characters, using almost every technique in animation, from CGI, computer animation to like puppet animation, to just weird cutout animation. It's as a
weird,
fantasy.
But good weird.
Yeah, it's a good weird.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's weird in the way that it's like too weird, I think, for kids, but maybe too kid-like for adults. But there's tons of extras on it, commentary, stuff with Neil Gaiman at San Diego Comic-Con. Great stuff on this disc, and it's one of those movies I want to watch it again immediately because there's so much that I knew I missed. So,
sort of a visual feast, and of course Neil Gaiman fans.
That's right. That's right.
So if you're the right kind of person, are we gonna buy?
This is a definite buy.
Definite buy.
If you're a Neil Gaiman fan and just like love fantasy, fantastic film.
Good. So at least we're buying something. So we're renting Saw 2. We're buying Mirror Mask.
Right.
Now it is Valentine's Day, as we
That's
mentioned,
right.
and I feel like maybe you have an opportunity for a little rapid fire today. Perhaps
a little
some
rapid fire.
Valentine themed.
Let's do it.
DVDs. All right. Oh
I got
wow,
it.
you even came prepared.
Right here. I'm prepared.
Gotta love Chris Gore. Okay, I'm gonna set the countdown clock for 45 seconds.
I've only got 45?
That's right, Chris. 45, so talk fast.
Here we go.
Have the countdown, please. In 3, 2, 1.
You cannot forget the films of John Cusack. He's the king of dick flicks, and dick flick, of course, is the male version of a chick flick. So High Fidelity,
Such a good
Serendipity
movie.
is good, Say Anything is a classic. Then, of course, we have the unlikely romances. Howard Stern, Private Parts, Sid and Nancy's, always a classic. Then you've got The People versus Larry Flint, another good one. Edward Scissorhands, another unlikely romance. Harold and Maude, if you've never seen Harold and Maude, you may fall in love with an 80-year-old woman after you see this. Then, of course, Leon the Professional, another kind of romance. Anyone that's a fan of Woody Allen, great romantic comedy, everyone says Annie Hall's the best. It's not. It's Manhattan, which is in black and white. You've got to see that one with Mariel Hemingway. Princess Bride, that one will make you cry. Chicks love that one. And then Ghost, even I cried at that one. I will admit.
Everyone cried.
I will admit that I did.
And
Oh, no!
Chris,
I
you
blew
actually
it.
put together a really good
And Chasing Amy.
Valentine's
I brought in the Laserdisc. You can't forget Chasing Amy.
Aw, thanks,
Which is
Chris.
another classic.
Thanks, Chris.
Good
I think I'm
Valentine's
going to
Day
have a
movie.
good Valentine's DVD viewing night.
That's right.
I'll be
kicking the brown door in, painting it white on the way out.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. That's my Valentine's Day plan.
Don't know what that means. Visit filmthread.com and make sure to check out Chris's Valentine's article. 14 DVDs guaranteed to set the mood for love and sex. Sex naturally followed by the requisite 3 exclamation points. You know, it's Chris. It's Chris.